It's Wednesday, March 25th. I looked that up when I did my first take of this. I just have been ranting for 20 minutes and decided that maybe I wouldn't inflict that on you, and I will try again. So I got a second cup of coffee and I will have a different conversation than the one I just had. I'm so aggravated with our Congress and this package that they passed, and all they care about is the big businesses. Boeing has threatened this. I woke up this morning and thought about this and got mad. Boeing has threatened not to take the money if we put conditions on the money. They're not going to take that money. It's like, okay, good, great. Don't take the money. Obviously, you don't need it. And if you do need it, you'll go bankrupt and we can nationalize Boeing for way cheaper. Yeah. They're not going to take the money. They're threatening us. Anyway, yeah, Nancy Pelosi's bill, 1,400 pages. She submitted her version of the bill, 1,400 pages in a couple of days. She's not that fast of a typist. That was written by the lobbyists. So anyway, but I'm not going to go through that again because I just ranted about this for about 20 minutes. But I do worry that we do not have anyone in a leadership position at this point, maybe even in the entire world, that is qualified to, that has the vision that's going to be needed to fix this, you know. So they're all trying to prop everything up like it's going to be the same economy when we're done. It's not. It's not. It'll be different. It'll be different. My plan is give every adult in the United States $3,000 a month for the next year guaranteed, and every kid $1,000 or $1,500. And we'll all go spend our money. And then you'll see which of the industries are actually important and which are not. What do you bet? Absolutely nobody goes on a cruise. Just saying. And I love cruises, don't get me wrong. I've been on many cruises, and I really love cruising, but, you know, where are you going to spend your money? Where should the government be spending their money? So give it to us, and we'll show you the way. We'll show you what's really important. Anyway, so that's a minute and a half. It's 2 minutes of my 20-minute rant. But I won't do that anymore. So I spread my grass seed yesterday, so I was able to cross one thing off my list, but I did not pick sticks. But, you know, I did a lot of, I talked to a lot of people. We talked to our neighbor for a while. I hadn't seen him in a while, and he's home from his job. They sent him home. Somebody in his job tested positive for coronavirus, so they shut down like immediately. And he's getting paid, which is very, very nice. I don't know where he works, but he says he's home. You know, he spends 90% of his time alone in a wood shop by himself, so at his job. So, but he's like, oop, Dennis's water is ready. I'm gonna make him some tea. So we talked to him. We have good friends in Long Island who are home, working at home. Their daughter's just home this winter from, she's been living abroad in all kinds of places for the last 6 years. And so she's home was going to graduate school and living back at home. And so they're glad to have her. She's the one running around doing the grocery shopping and stuff. But she must be about 30, 31. She was about 4 years old when Dennis and I got married, so she's about 31. Anyway, so we're keeping in touch, talk to the parents, talk to my mother-in-law, of course. My father-in-law was giving her a hard time. Where is Barb taking you for lunch? There's no safe place for you to go for lunch. I'm not comfortable with this idea, so I told her she's coming here. She said, I kind of guessed that because I don't know where else you were going to be taking me. So he'll be, I guess he'll be fine with that. You know, I don't think he's going to sit there and say, why isn't she taking me too? He doesn't really like to go places. He gets tired. He's going to be 103 in June. But she needs a break. She needs to get out of that house. So I told her Dennis would cook her crab cakes and we would send her home with a bunch of food because Dennis is cooking for her. And I told her we'd stop at the grocery store on the way back to her house, and I would have a mask and I would have gloves and I would take her list and my list and she would stay in the car and I will go grocery shopping. And both of the lists are going to be pretty small, so it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I shouldn't have to be in the grocery store a long time. My daughter was so funny when I talked to her. She said, I only could go get so much because I wasn't touching one of those carts. So she could only buy what she could carry in her bag. So I'll have gloves. I'll touch the cart. But if I need one, I don't know how long the lists are going to be. I might not even need one anyway. So that's the plan for tomorrow. So I have to clean the house a little bit. I have to clear the table. Oh, while I'm wagging you around. There it is outside. It's dreary. It's not actually raining, but it's going to rain later. It's a little dreary. So I'm going to be cleaning the house and getting ready for my mother-in-law to come tomorrow, and she'll be so glad. And I haven't seen her in weeks because every time we go out, we then wait to make sure. Dennis is still taking my temperature twice a day. I'm normal. And I still can smell things. I told you that yesterday. One of the first signs is you lose your sense of smell. Many people, not everybody, I suppose. I suppose there's no symptom that absolutely everybody gets. Even not everybody gets a fever. It's only like 82% or something. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to knit. I did not do any crafting yesterday. I always get to the point in the things that I'm working on that, I have to like think or do something. I'm at the point where I told you yesterday I'm going to put a little edging on the neck. So I have to pick up all the stitches on the neck. And I didn't do that yesterday. So I'm doing that this morning. As soon as I'm done, as soon as I take Dennis up his tea, I will pick up the stitches around my neck. So I got to do that first. And then I will weigh the yarn I have left over. And because I want to do sleeves and I want to make them longer. So I want to make sure I have the same length sleeves. So I will do that. And I'll be thinking about what's my next sweater because I'm going to finish this sweater today. I'm finishing my sweater today. Then I'll work on my behold and finish my behold for Rich and figure out what I'm going to do with that. To finish it before he gets it. I think I told you my daughter offered to finish it for me if I wanted to, but I might take her up on that, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I want to finish that. And I really need to do something about my exercise plan. So maybe I'll bite the bullet and put on my big girl panties and think about what good exercises I can do that will help me. Because I can tell that I'm losing the little bit of strength that I got from going to the gym, and I need to do something. I'm sitting so much, my butt hurts, my legs hurt, so I need to exercise. I mean, I may just go up and down the steps 5 times. I have steps. Or 10 times even. I'll be very tired if I do that. But anyway, so I need to come up with a plan. Maybe if I don't force myself to actually implement my plan today, I might actually do that. Maybe I'll start a new page, exercise plan. I seem to be doing pretty well making pages in my book. Whether I'm actually doing the things in my book or not is completely different. I was planning on working on starting to read that book, my sister's granddaughter's book, and I haven't started it yet. So I have a lot of things that I need to do. And all I do is sit in front of the TV and watch them talk and get aggravated because we need somebody with a vision. We all need somebody with a vision. A good vision. I mean, this is a time where we could end up with a really, really bad situation. If somebody charismatic and visionary showed up and they had a crummy vision. So we need to be careful, but we need somebody with a vision. Oh my gosh. I'm like at the end of my other video, like, I can't put this up. It's like these poor people. Well, you would have bailed. You would have bailed way early anyway. It was like, oh my gosh. So that's my plan. And my plans, it's a little bit like my Vlogmas. I'm going to do this, and then the next day, I didn't do anything I said I was going to do. But I did check off 3 checks on my list today, because it is important to keep in touch with people. My parents sounded good. My dad's walking the halls. Luckily, the place that my parents are living is new and is very lightly populated now. I mean, they probably have 70 apartments, and my guess is 15 of those apartments are full, maybe 20, but probably, so not full, but like have somebody in them. And there are only 3 or 4 couples living there. So it's a very lightly populated place, which is a good thing. And they're bringing them their meals in their apartments and things like that. He said, but they're doing things like bingo, but everybody's, they do them like in the dining room, which they're no longer using to feed people. And everybody sits at their own table. That's how few people are. They can give everybody a table and do bingo. Each couple or person gets their own table. So they are doing social distancing. They are doing a little bit of activities. They're taking their temperature and their oxygen levels every day to make sure that they're doing well. So that's good. And the in-laws are doing pretty well. My mother-in-law's going crazy. If there were baseball. My in-laws are Oakland A's fans, and which makes it a little awkward because, of course, we're in Pennsylvania, and the time zones are different, and so they sometimes have to stay up really late to listen to their baseball. But my father-in-law has been an A's fan since 1928. 1928. He has been an A's fan for 92 years. My mother-in-law has been an A's fan for 77 years. This is, of course, when they were the Philadelphia Athletics. And Connie Mack, and back in the olden days. And they have been stalwart fans of the Athletics for almost a century. Crazy. And now they're going crazy. They were so looking forward to baseball season. And, baseball season would have kept them sane. And I'm sure they're not the only ones, where you're stuck in the house and there's no sports. I get that. I do. Even though it's not affecting me. I'm not a sports person. I'm sad that the Olympics won't be going because Olympics are one sport. I follow some things with the Olympics, but of course it makes perfect sense to not have the Olympics. But it is sad that they don't have the A's to take, to complain about and, whatever. They've been A's fans all that time through all their moves. I guess they were in Kansas City for a while, and they've been in Oakland for a long time. They're A's fans. And they follow the Phillies too. But the A's are in their hearts. So they're there with everybody else, waiting for the sports to start again. Maybe that's what Trump's talking about when he wants to get America back to work. Maybe if we got the baseball players back to work, maybe they could figure out how to play baseball without getting too close to each other. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna go make Dennis his tea. I take him his tea almost every morning, although lately I haven't been sleeping well. I slept okay last night. I haven't been sleeping well, and when I don't sleep well, I end up staying in bed longer, and then he gets up and he makes me an Americano with his fancy new coffee machine, and he makes himself a tea, and he brings me a cup of coffee, which he did yesterday. But today I was up earlier, and so I will go make him tea. And the girls get their treat at tea time, and we all participate in this ritual. So I hope you're not as aggravated as me. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, but I'm going to knit today, and that is definitely going to help me. And it'll be fun to finish my sweater. And, gee. Oh, and I got a pattern for a headband, so maybe I'll make a headband. Work on a headband just in case. I actually have been curious about, you know, how much gray. My hair is so thin, as you can tell, and you know. I'm a little worried if it was all gray, I would just look bald. I don't know why I think I would look balder than I do now. But I guess I'll find out, and I don't have any idea of what kind of gray I have. My natural color is, they call, you know, when they're trying to sell it to you in a bottle, they call it dark ash blonde. That tells you how icky it is. Nobody buys that color. My mother has that color of hair, and so, you know, she went to gray, and you could hardly tell, but I was already doing red and things like that when I started going gray, so it's going to be pretty stark. I'm going to have like this, you know, median down my head when it all starts, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I am curious to see how my gray is, and I might decide, you know. I have been a little worried, hoping my friends will let me know when the red is ridiculous at my age and I need to cut it out, you know. Luckily they're very adamant saying it's too early to worry about that. And I agree. But, you know, you never know. I might end up liking my gray. I would love to like my gray. Frankly, I would love to like my gray. I'm just afraid that I won't. That's the deal. All right, I'm going to go make tea. And I'm going to try to get in a different headspace today. Try not to be so aggravated with the world outside. Maybe it's better to be aggravated than scared. I don't know. We'll find out. But I've been aggravated with everything going on. Anyway. Oh, Leslie tells me that Boris Johnson does that on purpose. Yeah, his hair. Doesn't surprise me, because it does always look the same. It looks like he's done all these briefings the same day. He woke up, his hair looked weird. He just didn't care and went and did this briefing. But every single day it looks the same. So he must say, okay, I want this out and that out. And he does the same 3 moves every day. So anyway, I think it's pretty hilarious. But you know what? You get to have your hair however you want. And men generally don't have as many options as women. It's our leaders, you know, I mean, Trump with his swoosh, you know. Hey, whatever. We all get to do what we want, right? But we also get to make fun of people. Well, we don't get to make fun of normal people. But if you're out there in front of the television cameras on purpose every day looking like that, it's okay to make fun of them, right? Just light fun. Have a good day. Take good care of yourself. Wash your hands. Stay away from people. As I tell you that I'm going to go get my mother-in-law tomorrow, but we both have been quarantining ourselves. We're very confident we don't have the germs, because if we weren't, we wouldn't do this. Anyway, talk to you tomorrow.